Hello there, wrestling fans. It's time for Questions and Answers Part 9. We're soon reaching the Ultimate 10. Just want to bring up what I said about Batista, him retiring, as I said in my video, with him leaving, Joey Mercury arriving. The first initial rumors of Batista was that he was going to leave WWE right after Extreme Rules, the pay-per-view that used to be Backlash, the April pay-per-view. However, rumors also said that he might keep on going for a few weeks. They weren't really certain as what to do in the WWE, and I also said that in my video. He might continue for a couple of television weeks, TV tapings, and well, he even worked the next pay-per-view. That might indeed be his last pay-per-view. However, things can always change. However, all in all, Batista's career is coming to an end. With all likeliness in the upcoming months, as his contract will expire this summer and he isn't very likely to sign a new deal. So on to the questions I have gotten, and here it is. First from Manix TV. Hello, how do you think it will be on SmackDown right now? I mean, you got Kofi, Christian. Do you think it's good that MVP went to SmackDown? Raw got the better deal, definitely, of this draft, but I think the SmackDown also got a very good up-and-coming mid-card wrestlers like Christian, MVP, Chris Masters, Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston is my least likely guy to break through into a top guy in the upcoming year, because I don't think he has it. This is an opening for MVP to bring back the VIP lounge, and CM Punk will probably rule on SmackDown. And you got guys like Kane, Big Show, Undertaker, whom all of them have more than 20 years of experience from pro wrestling each, and they all got a very good reputation of helping up-and-comers. So, sure, Raw got the bigger deal, the better end of the bargain, but also we got to remember that Shawn Michaels just retired from Raw, and Batista will also retire soon, and he is officially on Raw right now. So that's two big losses that they need to cover up, and they must be sure to cover it up. However, I would prefer to see either Edge or Jericho still on SmackDown, not moving both of them. That was a very big surprise for me. But we shouldn't judge already. We shouldn't judge yet. We should see what happens in the upcoming weeks, months, and by SummerSlam perhaps we'll see, looking retrospectively, how did it go? Because it's not necessarily the guys who are the most star-studded on the show which shows the most star-studded, because that's not the important issue to me. The important issue is, what does the wrestlers on the respective brand do? It doesn't really matter how big of stars they are. Do they deliver? That's what's most important. And with these young up-and-comers on SmackDown, that could be something, because they have a lot of motivation, hopefully, and enthusiasm, and so on. The next generation NXT asks me, do you think they should just have one roster and 2 shows? No, I don't think so. Not with these enormous amount of wrestlers that they have. And I remember back in 2002 when they had this brand extension separating the shows, that I really liked that, because I grew tired of seeing the same people two times a week, twice a week. And I thought, well, once a week, that's perfect, because you get to long for it. You get to wait for a week to see what happens, and that's good. So I think this brand extension is good, and also that they have an enormous amount of more wrestlers right now than they had when they only had one brand. There's not any way whatsoever with all these main eventers they have now. They have so many main eventers, they will suffocate the mid card and low card if you bring them all together in one show. And so I'm not that big a fan of merging them into one again. So no. Y2J Legend Killer, he asks me, what do you think of Extreme Rules? Simply check out my Batista leaves WWE video, because I talk a little bit about Extreme Rules right there. And then we also have a question. McFly Bender 89, he asks me, I think WWE should bring back the Hardcore title, or a title that is defended every week. Do you agree? I don't see the reason of having a title that comes back to be defended every week. That's the weekly title, the weekly championship. The Hardcore title, that had its purpose. I'm not sure that just bringing back an old title would be as great as it was back then. It might be cool for a month, and then the flavor wears out. So it might be just that flavor of the month. And it worked back in the 90s, but that doesn't mean for sure they're going to work now. It's 10 years later. Times have changed. We don't have as many hardcore wrestlers in WWE right now. The niche of the wrestling brand isn't as hardcore as well. So no, I don't think they should bring back. I can say no, but I'm not sure that it would be as big of a success as it was back in 1990 and early 2000s, because that was then and this is now. We must remember that. Cutter59, hey, have you heard anything about Goldberg coming back to WWE? And would you like to see Goldberg versus John Cena at WrestleMania XXVII? There's a lot of rumors swirling about this match because they are in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of WCW. They might have a WCW Special Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Goldberg is likely to go in there, Ron Simmons as well, along with some other talent. Goldberg Cena, that absolutely has money to it. It's interesting. Why not? Why not? But that's maybe for one night only, and just seeing Goldberg for a couple of weeks, not running after titles, because between you and me, I think he's a horrible wrestler when it comes to being a technician in the ring. He's cool, but his matches are supposed to be kept short and sweet, just like the Legion of Doom in their day, so an Ultimate Warrior. So for that match, absolutely, and if they can work something out, absolutely. Because that has money to it, it has a ring to it, and it has a unique one night only feeling to it, and that's what WrestleMania is all about. So, and since they are in Atlanta, Georgia, it could be a fitting match. And Goldberg apparently has some interest in doing this, so that's what I have heard. Credence Clearwater, he asks something similar. He asks, if one of these things had to happen and was going to happen, and you had the final say which one happened, which one would you choose and why? Number 1, Goldberg signs with TNA. 2, AJ signs with WWE. Keen to hear your thoughts. Peace. AJ in WWE would be cool, but he would not be that successful, I think. WWE is a big man company. People are doubting whether Bryan Danielson will make it. He might do it, but AJ Styles, he might be too much TNA for WWE's taste. He is TNA. He reeks of TNA. He is a pure TNA guy. In order for him to succeed, they would have to take him. This is the way WWE does it. They want every star they have in their company to be related to them, created by them, purchased and produced by them, trademarked by them. That's a smart business decision, but well, not everyone likes that. But like with Booker T, they would have to break him down and build him up, and he isn't that big, and that's a big problem for him. Jeff Hardy, as a little guy as he was in WWE, he was really tiny compared to guys like Triple H and Randy Orton and Batista, Undertaker and so on, Kane. But if you compare Jeff Hardy to AJ Styles, in my opinion, Jeff Hardy looks like a giant compared to AJ, so that says something about the stature of AJ. But sure, it would be cool to see AJ in WWE, Goldberg in TNA. Not so much, because they should focus on what they have right now. WWE TNA Podcasts 1990, he asks me, this question is for your next Q&A video whenever you plan to make it, with the next WWE draft coming up on April 26th. Who do you think should get drafted to Raw or SmackDown, and why? A little out of date, I just thought I would bring this in. This question came before the draft, but as well you can watch my WWE draft predictions video, the one which botched catastrophically. And then WWE Girl 2K9, hey Rick, how are you? So tell me your opinion on the fact that Shawn Michaels' career is over. Lol. It's over, and it's sad in a way, and I've never liked Shawn Michaels that much, but even I can say it feels empty. It felt empty when he left. It was emotional, it was a big time feel. It felt like the landscape changed, and it felt like something that was done in the right way. He left on a high note, and I believe he's going to do that. And he's going to stay out of the wrestling business, and he left when he was in the top. He left the day after he main evented WrestleMania, and might have had the match of the year. We don't know that yet. Kurt Angle, Mr. Anderson had a great match at Lockdown, but he has won this match of the year for 6 years in a row, so he couldn't have left on a higher note, in my opinion. He walked down that high road, of course that you're going to feel it. You're going to notice that something is missing, something is gone. But on the contrary, I could also say that watching this raw rebound of Shawn Michaels, the colorful music video where they summarized his farewell speech, it's available on YouTube. Just search for Shawn Michaels colorful. It really strikes me of how long time ago that seems to be. It's just a month, but that's something about how we human work. We just go on, forget, look forward, and in a way it feels really almost weird to see Shawn Michaels standing there talking like, well, has he ever been a part of WWE? Yeah, he has, but that must have been a long time ago. That's how it works. Thank you for watching. Send in more questions. Have a nice day.